And that will do it. Good evening, everybody.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey, let's see who's out there.
Misfit.
Steve's out there. And
How
that
you doing,
JT Von
Steve?
Bass. I told you we should have changed the address to the room.
Damn it, man. Oh, maybe next time. So how are things with you?
Things are doing good today. Like we were talking earlier, the hardest decision I made today was what movie to watch. It got cold though. Oh, 1 degree, 2 degrees when I got up this morning.
Oh man, yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Eric.
night.
But the beauty of being me, I didn't have to go out, so hell,
Yeah.
crank up the heat and sit there and watch TV. How about you?
Yeah,
How
all
you
the time.
been? You got your car
I've been
fixed
running
finally.
around. I'm sorry, what?
I said you were saying you got your car fixed there finally.
Oh yeah, I got that insured. We're just switching insurance agents.
Yeah,
And
but
they're a
that's
block apart. They're a block apart from each other.
one of them things. If you don't fix that, they come get you now for it. At least they do up here. Now they suspend your plate and they'll send a warrant out for you.
Damn.
Yeah, they don't fuck around. That and child support, same way. If
Yeah.
you're behind on child support, they'll pull your registration, put out a warrant for you.
Yeah, I always wondered about that because they've been doing that for years down here. But they always said we don't have a that you don't go to jail for not paying your taxes.
Yeah.
Uh, what the hell's it called? Son of a bitch. Oh, well, it'll come up later.
Yeah, usually when it don't matter.
Always the best time.
Yeah, you're thinking of blue, and 3 hours from now
Dead,
you're talking about vanilla ice cream, and you scream out blue. People look at you funny.
yeah, debtor's prison.
Oh yeah,
They say we don't have it, but guys go to jail for not paying their child support.
yep.
The way they get around it is they say, no, you're going to jail for not obeying the court.
Yep.
So, pretty much a replay today of the Capitol Hill yesterday, huh?
Yep.
Crazy ass fucking Democrats running their head for no good reason other than to get on TV and make an ass of themselves.
But it's funny to watch them, and they're the ones that come out looking foolish 99% of the time.
I like that. I'm not a general.
But she doubled down. She stayed with it. She still talked like she was right.
Now let's get into some big brain stuff. Everybody knows that Nikola Tesla was a real genius. Concur on that?
Concur.
Well, 1926, check this out. 1926, he said, when wireless is perfectly applied, the whole earth will be converted into a huge brain, which in fact is all things being particles of a real and rhythmic whole. We shall be able to communicate with one another instantly, irrespective of distance. Not only this, but through television and telephony, we shall see and hear one another as perfectly as though we were face to face, despite intervening distances of thousands of miles, and the instruments through which we shall be able to do all this will fit in our vest pockets.
That was 26.
1926.
99 years ago.
Yeah, it was 1904. He was playing with radio-controlled little boats, showing them to Wilson, I believe. No, it wasn't. It was Teddy Roosevelt, 1904. Boy, how time flies.
Yeah.
And then they still gave fucking Marconi the patent. But just before Tesla, no, it was after Tesla died, he finally won the patent to the radio, and nobody's ever said anything about it. It's Marco on it.
Cutthroat times.
I miss the good old days. You got anything good going up there with all your crazies?
No, actually, they've been pretty quiet, which is kind of scary in itself.
Well, I imagine they're running around getting all the Kleenex and tears to catch their cups to catch their tears in.
They don't have Susan Collins anymore to fall back on because people are done with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mills is going to keep her mouth shut because she doesn't want to attract attention now because it's no longer to be cool to be a snowflake anymore.
Well, ours down here, they think they got some testosterone in their system or something. Oh, Mark Wayne Mullins, that little speech he gave him about being up there and voting drunk.
You can't tell me that all of you have now voted drunk.
Or I got a divorce.
Oh my. What a shit show. And then Biden taking credit for the Hamas ceasefire. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's also leaving us the safest border there's ever been and the greatest economy.
Yep. Every day for the last 4 years, it's been crisis, crisis, crisis.
And don't forget, existential threat from the white supremacists.
Well, that too. I'm not even counting that. I mean,
well, that's got to be on the top of it.
At the PTA, you know,
Yep.
I mean, that goes without saying. They can bring the country down all by themselves. But every day it was a pipeline got blown up, or somebody launched a rocket here, and we're surprised that they bombed this because we're at war, and we need more money, and then the wildfires, the hurricanes, tornadoes. FEMA's not doing it. Everything, money, gas. It's 4 years of just bullshit.
Oh yeah. Well, it was like I'm trying to push that crap out there in California was climate change.
They weren't having it. California don't believe climate change started these fires.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and they don't believe climate change is preventing them from being put out.
Cat Turd brings up a good point. Funny how Democrats suddenly stopped talking about Project 2025.
Yep. Well, how can we talk about 2025 when people and women are bleeding to death in parking lots?
I know, man. That just sad state of affairs. Oh man, I'm sorry. This is. We know how fucked up the world is. And I can't believe there's people actually not being thrown in prison over this crap.
Gender transitioning no.
Yes, they actually fucking did this.
Oh, wait a minute. Cerebral palsy. All right, now maybe, it is possible this kid has all his faculties. Still, no.
You know, some things you don't let that person drive a 16-ton, you know,
Well, that's it.
diesel, you know, so
But you would have to prove to me that he's not mentally deficient too.
yeah. But hell, look how long they allowed Stephen Hawking to run around with that computer talking for
Yeah.
him. How in the hell do you know for sure that's what he was saying?
Well, that's true. That could have been Wizard of Oz all over again.
Definitely. Well, he had that translator for years, which, you know, I saw that.
Yeah.
I was in that time period. But the old boy that it was his translator would come up with the computer for him and run off with his wife after he got the translator.
Nice.
Who kind of like, Ned, no, 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 no. Everybody's got to have a Ned. Oh, we're in trouble now. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
oh, don't be sorry. Say hey from Jim. So where'd my chat bar go? There's my chat bar.
Okay, somebody else want me to give them my opinion about something.
Oh,
I
we need to come. We need to figure out how to put them kind of calls live, like Mark used to.
yeah.
We'll get a list of known liberals and we'll call them. I think that's the only way I'm going to get to debate one.
Well, you could venture out and hit your college campus.
I think around here they would call a SWAT team if somebody looking like me walked on campus.
Wow.
I remember when I was a kid, we used to sneak in on the. This was back, computers were new, and they had a big whole computer science wing. And we'd go in there, and one of the guys would always leave a door unlocked, and his young brother knew how to program it, and we'd play football on this giant fucking computer. It took up his whole room. I mean, we're talking like you see on the movies, the spinning discs and everything. And
Oh,
we
yeah.
play football. You type in the football move, it prints out what they did. It was fucking awesome. We'd always get chased out. Never got caught, but always got chased out.
Give them something to do.
Yeah, that was my first taste of a computer. And I can remember, that's a lot of typing. He has to know shit. No, I don't want that. I want nothing to do with that.
And those were still tube types.
Yeah, well, I don't know any mechanics of it, but I just
Oh,
remember you had to know stuff. You couldn't just
yep.
say, do this. You had to know command prompt this, that, and
Which one was it? ENIAC, I believe it was. They had a glass walled off room that they kept air conditioned because of all the
yeah,
tubes.
because it was so hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even
Which
the,
is
even the
similar.
solid state drives and shit we got now still produce quite a bit of heat.
Yeah, I don't know about those quantums yet. You know, that's awful crazy because they're using nitrogen, something to that effect to keep it cool.
Yeah, if you got to go to that measure to keep it cool, is it really good?
Yeah, it was like 200 and some odd degrees below Kelvin. So it's like negative 400 and some odd degrees they had to keep it to run it.
Yeah, see, yeah. So I see a lot of potential breakdown there. Yeah.
Yeah, not just that, all the electricity it's going to take to keep it running.
Well, that's true too. Heat takes
We don't
power.
have, yeah, and they've not been building on our infrastructure no matter whatever they call their bills.
Yep.
Well, but we did get 8 chargers, though.
The 6 don't work. Well, probably all 8 by now. The bums have got the copper out of the last 2, so.
Damn meth heads.
That, knock on wood, that hasn't become a problem up here yet. I
Oh,
mean,
man.
construction sites, yeah, old trailer parks, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if you move out of a trailer, they will get that in 10 minutes. They'll have every pipe, every fitting, every wire.
Funny how that works.
Kind of like back in the '70s when people could strip cars in 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Thing was being able to pull over the side of the road and have your air filter cover thrown in the yard behind you, like you've been there all the time working on your.
Yep.
Oh, I know that's what it was on the electric cars and shit. And across my Instagram, they keep popping up an ad for you can rent a Tesla.
Oh yeah. You can rent the
65 bucks
Cybertrucks
a day.
too.
65 bucks a day, but you got to rent it for a week.
Oh,
Sorry. Yeah.
maybe. Wait a minute. Maybe that would be some good content. We could put one through its paces. If I got to rent
That
it for a
means
week, that's that's enough time to drive to your place and back.
how far did that pickup make it?
It says like a 290 range.
Yeah. No, that guy had that Ford. He made it like in between 2 charging
Yep.
stations, and after that he said no, no more. Just left it in the road.
Yeah. But I see that being a real problem,
Yeah, yeah.
especially out west. I mean, sometimes gas stations are just close enough.
Yeah, well, think about that 15-minute city they're going to build, right? Well, how are they going to power it?
Yep.
We'll just wait for the Santa Ana winds. That'll be great.
We know we can't harness wind yet.
Look, we've been given the greatest gift with Texas tea, man. That's why it's so plentiful, and it keeps reproducing. It's not a fossil.
Yes.
So, the good Lord gave it to us for some reason.
I believe there is an alternative fuel source. I don't believe we found it yet. Well, maybe we have. Maybe it's in Area 51. They just won't release it. I don't know, but I just can't help but think that if we'd have just invested the last 30 years into nuclear instead of
Oh, yeah.
decommissioning them, if we'd have just, why can't every town have their own mini reactor? They got them on the goddamn warships. They're taking this submarine, 500 feet underwater into battle
Well,
with a
yeah.
nuclear reactor on it.
See, we know the positives of it, but everybody, it it's more of a pain in the ass because of the Karens that are going to be out there. Oh, it's putting over here. What's going to do to the. That's why they have big ones, and they'll run them down power lines. Keep them somewhere where they can, if something, God forbid, does happen, you know.
Yep.
But let's
I
not
don't know.
think like that. Can't have the people all being healthy and
Happy.
prosperous.
Yeah, no, can't have that. If they don't fear and if they're not dependent, what power do I have over them?
Last time I checked, they really never have had power over us.
they've had power over the weak-minded, and the weak-minded are the loudest, and that's why you see it in the news. That's why we're where we're at.
What did Abe Lincoln say? You can fool some of the people some of the time.
All the people some of the time, some of the people all the time.
But you can never fool all the people all the
All the
time.
time.
But keep your fingers crossed. Maybe they'll make insane asylums great again.
They need something.
We can
Okay, maybe
pretend like
maybe we
it's,
need to revise things, but not do it the way we did it back in the 50s. But
yeah, that's how like do get back to having real science and not science where you've already got the outcome before you've done
yeah,
the testing.
I have this new pill they want me to push. What's your symptoms today? Yeah, okay, yeah, take this pill.
Yeah, but they found out how good they had it with Mother's Little Helper.
Quite frankly, you really only need a few drugs. You need a good painkiller, so that morphine, some kind of opiate.
Yeah,
You need a good relaxant. Mother's Little Helper. That was
oh,
suffice. You don't need much more than that.
yeah, but you can do that herbally.
Yeah, maybe some form of an upper, and then you need. I'll give you a hallucinogenic.
Well, I've heard that they're making great progress with psilocybin and alcoholic veterans.
Huh. I mean, I don't follow a lot of it. I don't read it. I don't look for it. But I've been seeing a lot of things on
Yeah,
psilocybin. Like you did with marijuana years ago.
yeah, but
That
shit. What was it? Back in the 50s is when they were doing the alcoholics with LSD. That's where you get Cary Grant did it, and
yeah.
I forget who else.
They tried it for PTSD too, or shell shock back then, but
Yeah.
battle fatigue. Let's see. Wait a minute. Shell shock, battle fatigue. What was before PTSD? There was another term.
Huh.
It all boils down to the same thing. The guy just snapped.
It happens,
It
people.
does. Some people can only take so much.
Yeah.
I mean, they got. Where was that? Worcester. We were watching this report on Worcester, Massachusetts. A council person, it thing, whatever, has to
Yeah.
take a month leave because it was misgendered. Doesn't feel safe coming in.
Oh, well, we got one up there on the Capitol Hill, too.
One day they said they referred to me as it.
Hey, being cousin, it was cool.
I thought so. I kind of modeled myself after him.
I always like that hat. No, just no. You people are mean. Stop that.
So who do you think is going to strike the 20th? Is it going to be?
Antifas and BLMs and
Well,
quit being mean to that dog.
we had what, 600 and. Aw, poor dog. Thinks he's in fucking bacon heaven.
What's wrong with them people?
But then again, I can't help but think, stupid dog, you fucking think you're still in a pan. week when I was watching my daughter's cat. That cocksucker, he insisted he was going to put his nose in my coffee. Okay. He never did it again.
No, my crazy ass dog, he liked to drink beer with me.
I've known several dogs that had an affection, affiliate, yeah,
Yeah.
like
No,
beer.
he'd sit there and kind of nudge me.
I can remember I was, oh Christ, I couldn't have been, I don't know, maybe I was a freshman in high school, maybe. And a friend I met through my cousin, who is just a tramp anyway. But anyway, we hooked up. We bought a case of beer. We were refinishing the canoe all weekend. Where was I going with the story? What the fuck were we just talking about?
Don't ask me, I wasn't here.
You weren't here. What the fuck were we just talking about? Wow. Boys and girls?
Jim's not driving.
Where was I going? We bought a case of beer, refinished the canoe. I don't know. I got to see his stepmother in panties that night, though. But that's not where I was going with this. Oh, well. How about them Red
So,
Sox?
so the moral of the story is don't get a case of beer and you won't have to see your aunt in or
Yeah.
skivvies.
Don't be like Jim. Stop at the store for a Reese's cup. I like weed. Squirrel. Shiny. Wow. What the fuck was I talking about? I've been doing that way too much lately.
And it's the shit they're spraying in the sky, brother.
I mean, I read somewhere that smoking weed affects your short term memory. And it got me worried. I'm kind of worried what smoking weed does.
What was that story you was telling me about? No, what was the one I saw yesterday? Oh my God. They're saying that women who are impregnated by a man that smokes weed is more likely to have a miscarriage.
Why?
Now, it doesn't affect the woman if she smokes weed. It's just if the man does it.
And the science behind that is.
It was one of those Harvard, MIT,
So I'm getting my.
Oxford.
So you're saying I'm getting my swimmers stoned,
Yeah.
and they're just
Well,
not
they've
going to
always
perform well. They're going to meet the egg and go, I'm out of here 3 months later, right? That's what
but
you're saying.
well, I didn't say it. I was just repeating what I saw.
But now I want to go further with this study. I want to know what the ratio between black, Hispanic, and white, and Asian.
It was just about males.
But
White.
is Hispanic male
No,
stone sperm worse or better?
we can't talk about that.
Hey, Brett.
Hey, Brett. Hey, Brett, man. Well, I didn't know you'd opened up a franchise down here. There's a Whitney Roofing over at the vape store the other day. Oh man, we lost Bob Euchre today. You know what was he saying? He was talking about his average. He had a 200. What was it? Raleigh Figure said his batting average was two above mine.
Yeah.
He wasn't a consequential player, but boy, he was great behind the microphone
Yeah.
and in the beer commercials.
Oh my.
Yeah, or the time he met with Andre the Giant. And Andre sitting there just strangling his.
Great taste. That's good.
Brett, we won't be hearing none of that talk about you falling asleep. That's privileged shit, man. See, he's throwing his privilege in our face again.
Damn white people.
Well, what are we going to do with them?
Think I'm gonna take a month off. I don't feel safe here now.
Did you get your new whoopee?
You know what? Matter of fact, I did.
Good man, good man.
Got my towel. But I'm not drinking the Gargle Blaster.
Okay, no Pan-Galactic Garble Blasters on your first trip around.
No,
They'll throw your equilibrium off.
I don't need any more of that. I'm already forgetting stories.
Breaking. Google announces it will not implement fact checks in search results on or YouTube videos and will not use them for ranking or content removal, defying European Union regulations.
Good. Just either be YouTube or don't. Be Google or don't.
Yeah, just because those numbers, you're not even supposed to be keeping a hold of those numbers. You know, as far as rankings go, let it be natural.
Yep.
You know?
And how much bigger would you grow if you were truly free?
Yep.
Because the whole spirit of the thing is they aren't responsible for the idiots that post. And certainly not responsible for the idiots that follow the idiot posts.
Exactly.
I'm sorry if you put your iPhone in a microwave thinking it's going to charge speedy quick, you deserve to have a cooked iPhone.
Yeah. And if one of the first things out of their mouth is mis or disinformation, turn them away, kick them out, tell them get the fuck out your face.
Yeah.
You know, you got too many people running around thinking they're in the position to mess with somebody else's rights.
But I want to, where did you get the schooling to tell me what's right and what's wrong? How do you know my opinion?
Because, what is it like out there in California? Those fucking eucalyptus trees. They say that the oil on the inside just explodes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kind of like the pine sap in our pine trees. Gets cold enough, it'll split a tree trunk.
Oh, yeah.
If it gets hot enough, it'll boil and explode.
Yeah.
So
but there was some regulation keeping them from taking the eucalyptus trees out.
Really? If they're a problem, they need to go.
That's not how you do it if you're a Democrat. Come on now. And what was it down there in Australia? On all the wildfires they get, they had noticed there was some birds that would grab some stuff that was on fire and fly off with it and go start its own fire somewhere else.
Oh, Jesus. That trumps global warming now, don't it?
Yeah.
I think the animals are taking over. We need to eat more. That's what it is. We haven't been eating enough of these critters.
Yes.
They're gaining strength and intelligence and numbers on us.
I can't have it happen. I knew it when they made that first movie, Ants. It was the end of the world. But I feel fine.
You do. I guess that's all that matters.
Oh, damn it. That 5 minute funny. We can do a little bit of it. It won't hurt us, will it? This is one of the greatest comedians of all time.
Thank you very much. As the poor Frederican gentleman just told you. I have never met Don Rickles. In fact, he's probably wondering what I'm doing here. He has never even seen.
I think it's funny you got the fake drunk right next to the real drunk.
That's what made him so great. Now, I'd seen it in an interview once, sober, and freaked me out. But he said the reason he done that was because his dad was a bad alcoholic
Yep.
and would get mean. But yeah, that bring back comedians that are funny like that, please. What was it? He was supposed to be the pilot.
Oh, Jesus, yes. And who did the Mr. Delaney skit? Oh. He was a drunk sitting at the bar talking to Mr. Delaney.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the black and white, everything.
Yeah. Me either, Brett. I don't know why they put it up there.
What's it?
Top chat, live chat. Why wouldn't it just be live chat? I could see maybe if your channel was extremely busy, you just wanted to hear, you see the top post.
Yeah.
We don't have that problem.
We don't have modern problems?
No.
Damn.
I keep our chat under control. I got it on slow mode.
Okay. You scared me for a minute.
I don't want to scare you. I'll put some extra marshmallows in your cocoa tonight.
Promise?
Promise.
With sprinkles?
Sprinkles. Did you win?
I'm always a winner.
Okay, then you get sprinkles. Everybody gets ice cream, but only winners get sprinkles.
Remember that, Eric.
I don't think Eric's a sprinkle guy. He's like a chocolate syrup guy. Although I don't think I'd want to be in the same room with him when he eats ice cream, because he fucked up that bowl of ice cream the other night, man.
You're scaring me again.
Oh.
Because he has a red bowl.
Yeah, he fucked it up. Gone.
Better not be fucking with Bluebell.
I knew a guy like that in the army. Oh, do not. You didn't want to sit with him at the same table because if you happen to get in biting distance, he'd take a chunk out your arm. He would just he would, but he was skinny as my finger, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I always had a weight problem. This
Mm.
motherfucker, like I said, you got in his way, and he'd take a hunk out of you.
Night lover is my.
But, some people need a hunk taken out of them every once in a while. Since we can't get anybody to get into African karate with us, you'll show off.
Screw that. I saw a video today. It said African bare knuckle fighting, and I had hopes, but it was a boring video.
Uh,
I was that was the first thing that came to mind was that African karate video. I need the context of that video. I need to know why he got thrown around so bad. Was it a demonstration? Did he deserve it? Did he talk shit? Knock up
some
his
things we
daughter?
may never know. Hey, you saw the gods must be crazy.
Yep. That just told me to be wary of Coke bottles, but
And what's your head when you go outside?
yeah.
It's the funniest shit, man. Orientation, when you're working for Asplin, they teach you how to say, headache, headache.
Headache.
Yes, you drop something, you better yell headache.
Oh. Oh. Oh, he said, damn, I ain't saying shit because you should have a helmet on.
Yeah. Well, I guess it'd be better than saying appendectomy or tonsillectomy.
Oh. I can remember it would get hot in them tanks. And you had to wear the helmet in the tank. For
Oh, shit.
obvious reasons. I mean, there's just too many things to bounce your head off from. And we had this one guy. He refused to wear it. It makes my hair all frizzy and blah blah blah. He was one of these pretty boy guys.
Yep.
I don't know. It was God had to reach down and shake that tank because he no sooner took that helmet off and boom, we hit the biggest ditch and he split his noggin open and ended up getting an Article 14 for it. So, yeah, you got stitches and a reprimand. Never take your safety gear off.
Yep. Sitting there bruising government property.
Yeah, don't burn yourself. We used to play that stupid little game where you get drunk and then you put your arms together and drop a
Yeah,
cigarette in
that's
there.
chicken. Yeah,
Well,
playing chicken.
I got drunk. I played that game and I had the biggest, nastiest burn on my arm. Oh my God, did he fucking go up one side of me, down the other?
Yeah. And back when my brother was in the early 70s, they were getting them for tattoos.
Yeah, tattoos. I've heard of that. Most of the see Germany was a big tattoo place. I mean, they had some world famous tattoo artists over there. So
Yeah.
tattoos were quite common, and it wasn't hard to get a permission to get a tattoo.
Yeah. Well, don't forget the West Coast here.
Yeah. Well, I never went to the West Coast here. I stayed on the
Yeah.
East Coast in Germany, but yeah, no, I can remember back in the '80s. Everybody said you can't have tattoos. Well, all you had to do was just ask permission. We had to fill out the paperwork, tell them that you
Yeah.
understood it can't be below the wrist, can't be above the neck.
But back then, those guys were still getting the regular man tattoos on
Yeah.
the chest.
Yeah, and they said don't get your girlfriend's name. I know every man thinks this is the one.
I never got so sick and tired of hearing about it. Here we go. Another one's got a Dear John letter. John, come here. All my letters were Dear John letters.
Yep.
But I look at it this way. More people would rather have a John than a Bill.
Yeah, that's true. Way more useful.
See, there you go.
Oh, God. Somebody let Dylan out of his cage.
Oh, shit. Did he get me any coffee? Because I sure don't see my cup.
I got mine.
Damn it, Dylan.
And it's even in my special cup.
What else happened? We got to see Elon. Starship, spaceship.
Yeah. Oh, who was that? Some senator, Georgia senator, was refused entry to the Capitol building today during the governor's speech.
Yeah, yeah. And he had won that seat, but Georgia, it's such
Yep.
a pristine bastion of voting
But doesn't
technology.
that take away the voice of his district?
Yeah, I think they've got somebody else, kind of like a deal they pulled down in Texas.
Oh,
So they'll slip one in for whoever's got the biggest draw of money.
yep.
Okay, here we go. There's an opinion piece out of the Los Angeles Times. After the Surgeon General's warning on alcohol, people of faith should rethink sacramental wine.
Oh, Jesus.
See, they always float this shit. It's a little balloon. Let's see how far we can go with this. We'll do the guns next.
Oh, the libs are buying the guns because they think they're going to take us on.
Yeah, I wish I'd go ahead and get started. I'm tired of waiting. But that comes from being held back till the shit starts. You got your first ranks, and I can't be in there too much of a hothead.
Yeah.
Time to play.
I don't know. I still think I want to start a geriatric brigade.
Yeah.
Lawn chairs, ammo cans, and the rifle of your choice. We'll just set up a front line. I'm good for 10. I can get 10 anyway before I go.
Yeah, I think you get shit flank us over there to the side, under the trees, because you don't want to get sunburned.
But then I'm not going to make it easy because, I mean, Killdozer was a thing.
Yeah. That would be cool.
I currently live within driving distance, probably 20 minutes either way, of 2 steel yards, countless scrap yards.
You gotta have farmers around there somewhere.
Oh,
It's got
fuck, we got
those.
more farms than you can count.
Yeah, so see, they'd probably donate a tractor or two that runs like a drone. They just sit
Oh,
out in the
hell, we
field
got
and
we
it
got
does
3
all
John
that.
dealers and 1 Macy Ferguson and 3 Kubota dealers. So we got tractors.
Yeah.
And we got a
Well,
case dealer and an international dealer in the next town. So I got
well,
bulldozers and
well,
excavators.
yes,
Ooh, excavator. Killvator.
yes, yes, cultivator.
Because now I'm not only can I run things over, I can reach out and grab things.
Yeah. Is it going to be like a scorpion arm above it?
Hey, yeah, why not?
That would be cool.
They used to have a show like that. It was Junkyard Wars, where
Mm,
you had two teams, and you put them in a junkyard. You give them a project, build a car that can float and drive, or something. And they had,
yeah,
we're talking. These were supposed to be educated people, engineers and whatnot, and
yeah.
they'd have to go through the junkyard and come up with the pieces to make whatever they had to make. It was kind of cool that way. But yeah, building a Kilvator would be. But now I'm hoping the 20th comes and goes, no incidents. But what they say, it was no less than 680 uh, vows to assassinate Trump from the terrorist organizations.
Oh, so kind of falling down on the job, ain't they? Yeah. What
Well,
was it? They said the drones took out the what was that? Triangulation shit.
oh,
Yeah. Nothing we could do about it. If we quit giving our shit to the Chinese, maybe we wouldn't have to worry about it.
that would be one way to go. I mean, seems to me that'd be the easiest way to go. But what do
And
we know?
the worst part about it, Plugs was the one that went with Madeleine Albright to hand deliver those chips to China back
Yep,
when Bill Clinton was president.
yep, I do remember that.
Had to stop off and see dear leader because he needed some whiskey and cigars. Probably full of fresh Bill Clinton cigars.
Some that aren't quite so soggy.
What was it? Somebody got a community noted on that, talking about Bill Clinton shoving it up her ass. Said, now he did not shove it up her ass. He stuck it in her vagina.
Does it really matter at that point? I mean, yeah, if you want to do your sick, dirty, nasty, kinky shit, fine. Not in the Oval Office, please.
Yes. But hey, he made it. I'm sure he got a cleaner come in after he rented out Abe Lincoln's bedroom for, what was it, $25,000 to the Chinese?
Yep.
Chinese businessman.
Man, I don't know. I was telling you, me and Kelly were watching that movie Tank back in the '80s, and boy, that movie could not be made today. Every other word that sheriff says was racist. Don't you bring no Jew lawyer down here. Well, Merrill, maybe you want a retard or a faggot. I don't know. We ain't decided yet.
Shit, dude. Even MASH.
Oh yeah, Mash was
Remember that one doctor, Spear Chucker Jones?
Tucker Jones. Wasn't he the dentist?
I think so.
I think he was.
God, to think. I was with my parents the first time I saw a naked woman's butt.
Hey, Cheryl. What?
Yeah, MASH. The
Oh,
shower scene.
the shower scene.
Yeah.
The movie.
Yeah. What else are you going to watch on a military base? Not some stupid Hollywood show, 30 minutes.
Yeah. Wow, I don't remember my first butt. Oh, I don't know.
I think it was making up for Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
I don't know if it counts, but I caught. I didn't catch her. I weren't trying to catch her, but I caught a young girl in grade school. I think we were in fifth grade. I was a janitor's helper,
Oh,
and I thought the school was empty. It was after school, so I was going in to clean the girl's bathroom, and I caught somebody pulling up her panties. I can't remember her name now, but I don't know. I might have counted. I did get side butt.
did the guys like you better for a week?
No, I didn't tell nobody because she cried.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I think I scared her more than anything. But I didn't. Like I said, I weren't trying to be a pervert. It was just my job. I got quarter an hour and a snack cleaning the
okay,
bathrooms and sweeping floors.
that's cool.
We actually went to the superintendent of the school and got permission for me to work there because the janitor was a friend of the family's.
Yeah.
So he let me hang out after school with him, and it wasn't even. Looking back now, I kind of feel bad because he never tried to touch me or nothing.
Oh, Jesus.
I feel like I was
Well,
cheated out of a real important part of my childhood.
yeah. Well, I'm sorry. You guys are too far out for Catholics. You know, they're busy. They got to stay in tight knit communities.
I'm just thinking how redneck I did grow up. We didn't even have child molesters. We killed ours. What were we thinking?
Yeah. Well, so much for that.
Yeah, it was a different time. Now, if you told me, my 10-year-old kid wants to hang out with a janitor after school, first thing that comes to your mind is what's he doing to him, you know?
Yeah. Oh man,
Back,
I tell you,
back
these
then,
days,
what's that?
shit. These days, the shit I hear from Tammy.
Oh, I can only imagine. I know when my niece was still in high school, just hearing the stories on the weekends.
Yeah.
Woof.
So really haven't been keeping up. They got a handle on a break from the fires.
I thought they were still raging.
Could
The
be.
last number I heard was 17 or 18% controlled. The Palisade. I don't know about the other three.
Yeah.
Because didn't another one break out? There was three. Now I thought another one broke out.
Oh crap.
But what are they going to do, man, if the wildlife's starting the fires now? I mean, shit.
Well, they're still in Australia, so we got a little while.
Yeah, but California always picks up on trends. Come on.
Well,
Somewhere
hey,
there's a spotted owl going, YouTube, how do I start a fire?
nah, I think the condors have a population explosion if it turned out like that.
The condos probably started the fires for us building all them damn windmills.
Bastards.
Didn't the windmills prove fatal to the condors? Well, pretty much
To the
fatal to
con-
any bird that wanted to
yeah.
nest in them.
Oh, and don't forget the whales.
Yeah, the offshore ones, yeah, created a vibration.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we hit that mark, unless you got some more to squawk about.
Nah, I'm sitting there scrolling. It looks like reruns.
Well, maybe we'll go hang out with the cool kids. I see Cheryl
Okay.
popped in. I haven't seen her in a couple days.
Hi, Cheryl.
So,
Yep.
okay,
Well,
so I'm going to say good night. I'll say God bless and say a prayer for America, please.
yep. And keep your fingers crossed. It's a nice, peaceful weekend for Monday's inauguration.
Yes, yes, let's pray. I mean, I don't care
Right.
where you stand, what side of the fence. Violence is violence, and we cannot do it anymore.
Yeah. Love y'all.
All right, God bless.